Hey Libra, welcome to Tarot and Heal. Lisa here. Welcome to your September reading. I hope all is well. Yes, I'm in a new environment. Alright, let's get started. I come to you humbly, God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light and divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Libra Collective need to know for September? Why do I keep forgetting that it's September? What the hell? You have to say no and reach for the stars. If it's not what you want, you don't want it. Just don't go for it. Set the boundaries on what you want. All right, instead of accepting whatever comes your way. All right. What's overall energy for? Okay. September. The wildling, the outlaw, compassion, the sage. All right, there's a need to make some wiser decisions about who you let in your life, who you let leave your life, all that good stuff, all right? You might be stepping out into a new way of being. It might come off to people like you're doing something impulsive, wildly impulsive, okay? With the wildling here and the outlaw. It might look like you're rebelling, but really you're just stepping into more of your authenticity, okay? And people just don't know that you have that in you, you know? With the sage here, it's something that seems wild, but it's actually coming from a place of wisdom. You might be more playful, okay, but it's like people are looking at it like it's wildly impulsive, when it's really like this playfulness is coming from a spiritual wisdom, if that makes sense. There's a need to have more compassion, okay? Have compassion for the people who are probably looking at you like, what are you doing? And they're not understanding why you have to move in a certain way. Okay? I saw gummy bears. I don't know. I'm trying to see what deck. Where? Oh. Yes, because the energy was so playful, I want to use the robot deck. You may or may not be in this playful energy now. You might just want to be more playful. You might want to break free from the confines of whatever people think you are, whoever they think you are. All right. All right, what's going on with the beautiful Libra energy? What's going on for the first half of September? Thank you. Ace of Cups. Whoop, there it is. Okay, so you have the Ace of Cups coming out. Oh, hold on, almost flashed you. Sorry. This is YouTube, not OnlyFans. You feel me? All right, so we have the Ace of Cups here. That's a new window of opportunity opening up for love, okay? Loving, I feel like you're just moving more passionately. You're giving more to the world, okay? You're giving more into what you do. You're putting your heart into things more than you were before. Two of Wands coming out. Page of Cups, Queen of Swords, and Five of Wands. So, so you might be feeling good about this energy, but other people might be a little irritated by it. All right. It's like somebody who just got completely, just, you know, that person was like happy-go-lucky, and other people are just like, you know. For some reason, I'm feeling that energy here. And that's causing some conflict within you. Like, wait, am I doing the wrong thing? I'm not hurting anyone. I'm just happy. Or I'm just feeling free, you know. Don't allow for that conflict to get to you, because you are moving into, you're skipping your way into your new beginning. You're skipping your way into your upgrade, okay? And just continue to keep laughing to the bank. All right? Because the people who have, first of all, the people who mind don't matter, and the people that matter don't mind, okay? Now, it seems like it's certain people around you, soul tie energy. It could be a relationship, someone that you're with. It could be family. It could be friends, okay? And they might not get why you're moving that way, and you might have to just set the boundaries with them, set new boundaries. Yeah, you're moving into a new beginning. You're carrying the full energy, that playful, like, oh, I'm just gonna trust, it's we, that energy, like going down a slide, wee, you know. But it's into your new beginning. It is, even though it looks it has this energy of like a very whimsical type of vibe, but it's really stable. Okay, it's something very stable about it. It's coming from a place of wisdom. It's coming from a place of knowledge of self and self-awareness. Like, this is what I need to be, you know. It's coming from, yeah, it's coming from knowledge of self. But other people might, for whatever reason, might be perceived as someone going off the deep end. And that's not what's happening there. All right. So the Page of Cups coming out in reverse. It's like a new capacity to love here. All right. Don't allow them to stop you from loving. Loving who you want to love, how you want to love. Some of you guys might be switching up in who you love, gender-wise. Who knows, you know. It has like energy of, you know. Some of you guys, you might be coming out. Who knows, right? Okay. It has that energy of really busting out, whether you're coming out as far as sexual orientation or, you know, just coming out with just your authentic self, whatever that is. It's like, it throws people off because maybe because you were wearing a mask for a really long time. Okay. And while in this life, in this reality where you were wearing a mask, you found friends, you found lovers, you found a solid relationship. You found some solid people in your life who loved you, loved the mask version of you, not realizing that it was a mask. So now that you're taking a mask off, it's looking like you're acting out of character when in actuality you're acting very much in character. You're more in character than you've ever have been before. Like, it's just, you're way more authentic, you know. So the trick with this, why this could be a little bit tricky, is because these people who fell in love with your mask, they are in for a rude awakening, okay? Both sides are, because one side is going, when you rip the mask off, they're just going to be like, who the fuck is this person? And then when you rip the mask off and they look shocked and and if they're not completely on board with who you actually are, you might feel betrayed. Because you might look at them like, oh, I thought you loved me for me. But in actuality, you didn't show them who you actually were. So you can't really blame them for not being on board with this new energy that you're bringing. Okay, so there's a need to be compassionate when it comes to that, and understand, like, this is this might be a liberating time for you, but it might be jarring to other people. Like, you knew what you were hiding, possibly. Okay, and you finally decided to unlock the side of you and unleash it to the world. But you were aware of it, so it doesn't seem as foreign to you as it would to someone who has never seen that side of you before. All right, so be mindful of that. Be compassionate, because either way, you're going to have to, these people who are not going to be on board, you're going to have to set the boundaries with them. But be compassionate when you do that. All right. Don't allow for their reactions to make you feel out of place or make you feel bad for what you're doing. You are doing the right thing. All right. If you're feeling a need to bust out and do something different, and whatever your mode of liberation is, whatever liberation is for you, don't allow for naysayers. You know, these are people who didn't really know you in the first place. You can't allow for them who didn't know you to tell you what's in your best interest. You know what's in your best interest. They don't. Yeah. So now it's giving you clarity. You're gaining clarity of the conflict of the past. So as you step into this new free energy, all right, you're going to see the truth of the past relationships from a different vantage point, from a more spiritual vantage point, all right? So you're probably going to notice how you were not being yourself, how you might have been dumbing yourself down or dimming your light or wearing the mask. In hindsight, the mask is going to become very apparent. Okay, you're going to see how you try to fit in, you know, into certain circles or with certain people, and it's going to shine a light on the inauthenticity of your certain close relationships, because it was based on an inauthentic version of yourself. That's going to be a bit tough, okay? So, because once you realize, like, oh, but I was being fake, and then you try to tell them, try to show them who the real you is, and you try to force them to believe, like, it's okay, like this new me now. You can't force anyone to, like you, you know. They liked who you were. They liked the whatever facade you put up. And you have to give people room and give them a choice to not like who you want to become, you know. So it's a weird one. This is a weird one. Either way, don't let that stop you, because we do have the Two of Cups coming out here, okay? You are, in doing that, in going into this wild free energy, you will start running into, you know, other wild free energy that's cut from the same cloth as you are. You'll no longer have to blend in and change your cloth to fit in, whatever. This is a brand new beginning. This is going to be a brand new way of showing up in the world. All right, the world's just going to look different to you. You're going to show up differently. People are going to show up different for you. All right, whether good or bad. All right, you're just going to have different reactions to who you are, because you're changing how you're showing up. You're changing your avatar. Not changing your avatar. You're not changing your whole human body, but you're changing the character that you're showing up as, the personality. You know, that's what it's coming off as, like a bit of a shift in your personality, because you're more in your heart space and you're more in touch with who you are, okay? But some of these people, they were karmic ties. They weren't your soul tribe, they were karmic ties, okay? But they felt really close-knit. You met some close-knit people with your mask on, and so now you have to deal with the heartbreak of, you know, having to let that go, because you're no longer that person that they knew. Either way, you're moving into situations where you won't have to be different to be accepted. All right? And it's not saying that it was them. You can't blame it on them. Once again, it's not because of them that you change. It's you that decided not to, or it's you that you just simply didn't have. It was just simply like a different side of you was locked away. It was hidden for whatever reason, and now it's being unlocked and unleashed. And people who appreciate that, great, and people who don't, kick rocks. Say no. All right. And continue to reach for the stars here. All right. Tell them to kick rocks, but with compassion, of course. With light and love. All right, what's the blockage? This is just the energy of growing out of someone, growing out of people. Okay, if this is a relationship, you're growing out of the relationship, all right? And the new you does not vibe with the relationship anymore. The new you has, like, new interests, have new desires, new turn-ons. What's the blockage? Ace of Swords. You got to see the truth about that. See, some of you guys, you're not seeing the truth of, like, what you're doing. You're naturally doing this, right? You're naturally stepping into a new way. You're naturally stepping into a new you. And you're seeing the response that you're getting, but you're not realizing why that's happening, all right? There's a need to face that truth. That's why the truth will help you be more compassionate. The truth being that you were wearing a mask before, all right? It's not that you're being rejected. It's not that people don't love you for you. It's that the people who loved you, they fell for someone who they thought you were, and you weren't, you know, so that's complicated. Tell me more about this Ace of Swords. Why is this Ace of Swords here? Yeah, don't go into... Okay, yeah. Oh, my God. This can go left. So please, hear what I'm saying. See, you might feel rejected. All right. Yeah, this is why. You have to understand how jarring this can be. It's like that rapper Common, right? When he went from, you know, dressing like a, oh, what was this? Okay. When he went from dressing normal to wearing crochet pants. It's like, bro, that is a major shift. People have to shift to your new energy. Now y'all here, you know, burning incense, you know what I'm saying? You got incense in your hair and all that. Like, we have to adjust to who you are now. Like Snoop Dogg wearing a kilt. It's like, we got to get used to this new energy. Like, don't be like, accept me as I am. No, all right? We knew you to be one way, and now you're switching up, all right? Give me a freaking break here, all right? That's the energy here. Some people, you guys are switching up, okay? You're switching up, and it's not a bad thing. It is your upgrade. It is something that you're supposed to do. Just understand that other people may not receive it well because it might be jarring, okay? All right. If we're used to somebody, if you're used to your guy being super macho, you know, and then they decide that they want to, this is going to be a very, like, traditional way of thinking. It's coming from that. But they're super macho, and now they just, they want to be a ballerina. I don't know. There was big buff bodybuilder, now he wants to be a ballerina, and he wants to throw away all his bodybuilding days. But you fell in love with the guy who was a bodybuilder, and now they're switching up, and it's like, okay, I still love your spirit, but can we just admit the fact that this is a bit much for me? Like, I have to transition. So you guys have to be mindful of that, okay? Be compassionate with how it's coming off, how it's being perceived. All right. Either way, it's leading to your stability. All right. Ten of Pentacles is leading to major stability for you. All right. Eight of Wands and a Star card. You're stepping into your authentic self, so you're about to be right on your path. So don't let anyone get in your way. It doesn't matter how they respond to it. If they get on board, they get on board. If not, they don't. But just don't allow for the bitterness. The bitterness can be an energetic trap there, okay? Because you might feel backstabbed, all right? Queen of Wands with the Ten of Swords. You might feel backstabbed because you're not facing the truth of, like, what's really happening, all right? But this is an upgrade. You weren't able to perceive this part of you before. So if you weren't able to perceive this part of you, why would you think they would, you know? All right, what are they feeling to say? Oh, God. Ten of Swords. It kind of twirls around. It's like the energy of feeling backstabbed, all right? But anyway, this, you know what this energy was about is like, if this is resonating with you so far, all right, you were not being your whole self, right? In doing that within itself, wearing a mask within itself was painful because you had yourself contained in, like, what you thought you should be. You put a facade on and you just fit yourself into a box, all right? That within itself was painful, all right? That's why you have to go into this new beginning. No matter what people say, you have to go with the Death card. You have to go into this rebirth. This is brand new territory. This is being a totally different person, all right? Because going back into that box, once you experience what it feels like to be free, it's kind of hard to go back into that box of the facade, okay? What's the advice? Where are we at? 1922. What's the advice? Be free, butterfly. Yeah. You're gonna have to do that one alone, okay? Do this process alone, because right now Taurus have the same energy, similar energy, where it's like you're breaking out of, like, whatever narrative whatever your old you, your 1.0 version of you, which was a watered down version. Now you're stepping in a 2.0 version, and now the 2.0 version of you is looking around at the reality, the 1.0 reality, and you're trying to tell people like, hey, why don't we go into 2.0 mode? And it's like, yeah, just because you went into 2.0 mode doesn't mean that they're ready to, okay? I compared it to like a drug dealer who's like, you know what, I want to go legit. Now they're trying to make all their partners go legit too. It's like, no, this is something if you feel like you want to go legit, then that's what you have to do. But you can't bring everybody, you can't force everybody to be on board with this energy. It's your solo path. It's your solo elevation. So there's a need to realize that, and don't feel backstabbed because people aren't coming with this journey, along on this journey with you. All right. Like they were fine with it. You're the one who was putting yourself in a box. You were the one who wasn't happy. You were the one dealing with the pain of being inauthentic and hiding certain parts of yourself. So now, I mean, they were fine with it. So it's like for you're stepping into an energy where you're doing things that make you feel better, and now you're expecting people to jump on board. It's like they don't need to feel better. They're already fine with the dynamic. All right, you're coming out of the pit. They were already out. You know. Anyway, it might make you feel like you're missing out now, all right? Like the party's done. No more friends, and that's not the case. Now it's like more authentic friendships. No more squeezing yourself in a box. This is really, okay, the peer pressure is going to play a role here with the Judgment card. See, I could see somebody peeking out the box and showing themselves for who they are, and then going right back in because they realize that is not really accepted. Please do not allow for that, because all you'll be doing is stopping your upgrade. This is bigger than you just being free or whatever it is. You ripping this mask off is going to have residual effects that you can't anticipate as far as your career is concerned, as far as love is concerned, okay? Especially love. You'll be meeting people who can fall in love with you. How beautiful is that? And not your mask. You don't have to deal with the idea of keeping up a facade, being in a relationship where you're keeping up a facade, you know, which people have done, you know. I've definitely spoke to people who's like that. Like, oh, this is how I had to act to reel them in, you know, and I had to keep up that facade. It's like, how much pressure is that? That has to be painful. That's the pain, the Ten of Swords. That's the pain to drop, all right? You have to make a final judgment call, like it's over. Like, it's not worth it anymore. That's a major tower moment. Making that decision, like, look, I'm going to choose me. I'm going to choose to drop this pain. I'm going to choose to walk into my new beginning with the Death card. That means that you're going to have to set boundaries with certain people. That means that you're going to have to end certain friendships, certain relationships, because now a new you is born. And the new you have to respect what the new you wants now. All right, so that's going to be a major tower moment. It's going to be an empowering moment for you. All right, but it's going to be a solo one for a little bit until you run into your soul path, your soul tribe, okay? All right. Eight of Cups, keep it pushing. Eight of Cups, you were dealing with relationships that were like, meh, okay, that's fine. I mean, I guess they do something for me, but they're not giving you complete emotional fulfillment, which is something you can have, all right? Whether it's a relationship, friendship, whatever, all right? You guys were settling because you were locking away another side of yourself. Now that you're opening that up, you have the ability to express, to experience love and happiness and emotional fulfillment in its capacity, in its fullest capacity, which is very exciting. All right, what's the power animal? Power animal. Reclaim your power. What? Reclaim your power. Sing your song, Canary. All right, there we go. That's that solo energy. Like, look, this is who I am. You see how fierce it is? This is how fierce I am. All right, and y'all gonna love it or hate it. Either way, I'm going to keep singing my fierce ass song. Okay, that's the energy you gotta be in. Trust in a great mystery. People are gonna fall away. It's okay. It's all right. There's the things coming along. There's things that are gonna happen as a result of you being this fucking fierce and holding that space. Don't peek out your fierce toe and then put it back in. What? Don't dip your toe in the fierce water and then put in whatever. You get what I was trying to say. Don't be fierce for a little bit and then start shying off, getting shy. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Because the reaction might feel, it might make you shy, it might make you a little bit self-conscious. Hold that space. Hold that fierceness. Dog Spirit, be loyal to what you love. Be loyal to your opinion of yourself. Be loyal to how you feel. Be loyal to feeling good. More so than the being loyal to the opinion of people who like the fake you or the 1.0 version of you. All right. And the thing is, you're going to have people who are going to be on board with you as you move into this new cycle. But it's a lot of people that's probably going to get shifted out. And because you have to make room for the people who are as fierce as you, Libra. Okay. All right. Let's go. You got it. Thank you so much, Libra. This is a little bit of a fun, energetic reading. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me on IG. That's Tarot and Heal. Press that bell. It's a bell somewhere down there, right? So you can get the notifications, okay? If you want a personal reading, check out the info box below. I do those. If you want to help a sister out and be an angel donor, you can do that now. The Patreon link below, all right? Perfect. And until we meet again for the mid-month readings, peace.